Today we're taking a look at Fire God Liu Kang. And the short version is, he's absolutely insane. Like, unbelievably powerful. I was actually lucky enough to summon Fire God Liu Kang after only 20 summons, which I'd saved up. But unfortunately, as of this most recent update, character XP is more needed now than ever before thanks to the level cap raise. And I don't have anywhere near enough character XP to show you guys really high level Fire God Liu Kang gameplay, unfortunately. Luckily, we have a player like JTSKIN. And JTSKIN has been saving his resources for quite some time to invest in Fire God Liu Kang. So give a shout out to JTSKIN in the comments, because thanks to him, you guys get to see a 6-star level 100 Combo 1 Fire God Liu Kang. Now the rate at which they're releasing these new featured characters in this run up to the global launch is pretty insane. They've had a couple where it's been like a week before they drop a new featured character, and personally, I don't know if I can continue to afford to constantly have the new featured characters to show you guys. It's getting very expensive, so I'm gonna have to figure something out. So I want to give a shout out to Raid Shadow Legends. Whether you're a fan of high fantasy, high fidelity graphics, sprawling dungeons, epic raid bosses, or just like proving your mettle in the PvP arena, Raid has something for everyone. Personally, I really enjoy how unique the different dungeon boss fights can be. Today we're actually sitting down with the one and only Professor Death Knight to get us up to speed on some of their recently added features. I'll let him explain it.
Hello students, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Death Knight, putting on my professor's cap with a lesson about Live Arena. What's Live Arena, you ask? Why, it's a new PvP mode where you can fight against other players in real time. I hope you use this knowledge you've gained here today about Live Arena to head off and do battle live. Make this whole dead bones professor proud, folks. Class dismissed. Do we have a bell? Oh, we should totally get a bell.
So then what's your strategy for Live Arena?
Well, everyone thinks I'll go in fighting, but nobody expects my charm. My best strength is the gift of gab. So when they try to attack, I'll just be like, nice weather we're having, eh? Nobody'll see it coming.
But alright, so heads up, if you're a new player, you can get your hands on Stag Knight, one of the best epic champions in the game, as well as a skin for Stag Knight designed by JonTron himself. Just use promo code JTSKIN before October 7th. It's that easy, and don't worry if you're not a new player, as you can still get Stag Knight and the skin via an in-game event. Speaking of free stuff, you can also get a free legendary champion. Check out Sun Wukong, Raid's take on the Monkey King from Journey to the West. He's made his grand appearance in the game, and it couldn't be easier to get him. Just log in 7 different days between now and October 23rd to get your hands on him. No demons to slay, no dungeons to complete, just log in and get this awesome legendary champion for free. And if you haven't started playing Raid yet, make sure to use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses. We're talking an epic champion, Drake from the Lizardmen faction, and tons of other useful things. So you can find me in-game under the name Khasino, and if you're quick enough, you can also join my clan. So what are you waiting for? Just click the link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. Alright, so to quickly touch on his build, a lot of people are opting to play him as a bruiser, effectively relying on his innate tankiness as a 5-star character, specifically a defender, and building him for damage, so giving him a 4-piece attack set and a 2-piece critical chance set as far as the gear sets. So if you're going to build him for damage, then your ideal relic is going to be a Wrath Hammer, although you can also give him a Kafala Clarion or a Draman's Mask, and if you need to go with a rare option, you're looking at Cryomancer's Orb. I do want to mention that you can also run him as a full tank, because he's a 5-star defender and he gives himself a defense buff. So you can make him very tanky and just let him be the main tank on your team as well. So if you're going to go that route, then you want to give him the 2-piece health set, the 2-piece defense set, and then personally I always recommend the 2-piece tenacity set as well, so that he can't get stunned or anything like that. And as far as a relic for that build, you want to go with the Old Faithful Draman's Mask or Kafala Clarion if you don't have that, and if you need to go with a rare option, then you're looking at an Edenian Throne. As for his synergies, he doesn't really have any synergies. He doesn't have the Earthrealm tag, even though he's the protector of Earthrealm. He doesn't have the Order of Light tag, even though a bunch of characters do, and none of them have any synergy for each other. What he does have is the Demigod tag, which he shares with Raiden, Fujin, and Wingod Fujin, and none of them have any abilities that benefit other Demigod characters, so he doesn't really have synergies per se. You can have characters that give him a defense buff or a health boost like Shao Kahn, ironically, he pairs well with, but I would say that the individual character that he gets the most benefit from is actually going to be Tanya, because after she uses her special ability, she increases mind character's special ability recharge rate by up to 40%. She may not be the ideal choice for all things. I don't know if you want to run that in Arena, for example, but she does give him a nice benefit. However, the beauty of this character is that he is incredibly plug and play. You can just drop him on any team and he's going to do a tremendous amount of work. You're going to get spectacular results no matter what. So let's check some of those out. Alright, so here's an arena match with Fire God Liu Kang. Now, I didn't want to make significant changes to Dovahkiin's arena team here, but he's actually running 3 defenders, and you can get a lot more damage out of Fire God Liu Kang by having more targets attacking him, because he's gonna just keep responding to every incoming attack with that charged up passive, sending out bolts of lightning, not to mention that he's also going to charge up his own special ability much more quickly. So having all these other defenders is actually significantly reducing the damage output that he is capable of. As you can see, he doesn't have infinite range on his special, but he has good range, and the damage is pretty good. And if you have the first combo, you also get this dragon that flies in overhead and does plenty of follow-up flame damage. But the fact that it recharges his passive, you can see it keeps proccing that lightning there, and easily the majority of his damage seems to be coming from that charged up passive. But it took a little over 30 seconds to make quick work of this team, and this is in Master Tier. This enemy team is no pushover, but Fire God Liu Kang is just making it look easy. So we get a nice finish here because I go for the special and then he gets flipped by Green Shower. So I wanted you guys to get to see Quan Chi Boss Tower gameplay as well. This is stage 8. I originally played this at 1x speed, but I'm playing it for you guys at double speed because the main thing I want to show off is his passive charged up. A good amount of his damage is actually coming from that passive. And what it does is, for the first 6 to 8 seconds of the match, anytime he gets hit, he's firing out those bolts of lightning in retaliation. However, it recharges after he uses his special. And the beauty of his special is that it taunts everyone around him. So if you wait for the Oni to spawn, and then you drop his AoE, not only does he crash land into a bunch of them dealing AoE damage, but then he taunts them all onto him, and the more targets that are hitting him, the more damage he's putting out. The dream scenario for him is getting mobbed by a bunch of weak enemies, because it's constantly proccing his passive to put out damage without costing him a lot of health. So between that and the level 1 combo, which has the dragon flyby for even more AoE damage, he is just putting out a tremendous amount of damage for a defender character. Even though he doesn't have affinity advantage in this fight, he is still a top choice for it. He may not necessarily be a top 4 pick just because of how strong the affinity advantage is, but he is absolutely an option and will not hold you back from being able to 3-star even the final stage of Quan Chi Boss Tower. As you can see, he can just nuke the Oni, taunt them into attacking him, then that passive goes off and they get zap fried. So you'll really get to see it in action in the final wave because they all converge, although it also times out where Green Shao gets a nice crit on a big AoE and just does a ton of damage to them. But yeah, you'll get to see it here. A bunch of Oni have spawned, and as soon as the Goro Flames are set alight, we're going to go ahead and fire off the special, and they all get taunted. Green Shao takes out a bunch, some lightning takes out the rest, but it's like they were never there. So even without affinity advantage, just being affinity neutral, he still put out over 2.1 million damage, only behind Green Shao, who of course gives himself tons of attack buffs and has affinity advantage. By the way, here's what Fire God Liu Kang's third combo looks like. After he does his fissure, there's a knock-up and then a bolt of lightning. Shout out to Tombstone for this footage. Now I also want to show you a completely insane bug that Fire God Liu Kang causes, which as of the recording of this video is yet to be fixed. It stems from his passive Charged Up, which states that at the start of a match and after he uses his special, anytime he gets attacked, he fires bolts of lightning at 2 random enemies. Now the hilarity ensues when you use him against another Fire God Liu Kang. What'll happen is they'll clash with one another, and as soon as one hits the other, it'll trigger that passive, firing off 2 random bolts of lightning. But if one of those bolts of lightning hits the other Fire God Liu Kang, that will trigger his passive, and he will shoot bolts of lightning. And so what can happen is a ton of ricocheting, and in a matter of 1 or 2 seconds, several people can be dead. Shout out to Blanco for finding this, and here's what it looks like. So yeah, when you have 2 fire gods squaring off, as soon as they make contact, sparks fly. And you can see that in a matter of 3 seconds, one fire god has his special ability completely charged, and the other has already been killed and has to be revived with a Kamidogu. Not bad for 3.5 seconds. Gonna let that special fly and immediately kill 2 more people. So, this is almost 1 million threat on this enemy team, and in under 10 seconds, they suffered 3 deaths. It's pretty insane. So here again, we have 2 Fire God Liu Kang squaring off. I wanted to show this clip firstly because, as you can see, again, within 3.5 seconds, there's already been a death. This time it was the other Fire God Liu Kang who got his special charged up faster, but it's not going to matter. I wanted to show the type of damage that this guy can do, and with Affinity Counter, you're about to see this Fire God do over 250,000 damage to that Wind God Fujin, which is just a preposterous amount of damage for a Defender character to be doing. But alright, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm. That all helps. But yeah, I'm curious, what do you guys think of Fire God Liu Kang? Are you impressed? Did he live up to the hype? Let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you very much. I will see you guys real soon. Until the next time, peace!